Your turn, Ygopro.
What is up, guys? This is AlintheaYoh coming at you today with an updated version of my Cyber Herald deck. So this is obviously the support since the Invasion Vengeance set where we got this little bad boy. So without further ado, we'll go straight into it. And starting us off, we have the bad boy itself. We have Cyber Angel Varash. Cyber Angel Varash is absolutely an amazing card. If you don't know what it does, I'll read it out to you. So basically, you ritual summon it with the Machine Angel Ritual. If this card is ritual summoned, you can destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible. That will special summon from the extra deck, and if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent for each. And if you do, this card can make a second attack during the battle phase, once per turn during either player's turn. When a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, shuffle one ritual monster from your graveyard into the deck and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So you can see how powerful this card is, because not only will you be bringing it out by using a 6 and a 4 or a 6 and a 6, for example, it'll probably have stackable effects with the Cyber Angels too, with like a Ben 10 or an Ida 10. So that's a really important thing to note, because if you use it with Ida 10, it goes up to a 4000 that can attack twice, that can negate destruction. So good. So I run one. You only need one because you can search it, you can recur it. A lot of good things you can do with it, but yeah, one is fine. But the protection from the destruction is so good. Next up, we have the one Dakini, one Cyber Angel Dakini. I'm just running one because that's all you need, if I'm completely honest. You don't need any more than that. It's just pretty decent. Like, if you don't know what this one does as well, I'll read it out. Basically, if this card is ritual summoned, you can make your opponent send one monster they control to the graveyard, their choice. Ritual summoned monsters you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing to your opponent. Once per turn during the end phase, you can target one ritual monster or one Machine Angel ritual card in your graveyard added to your hand. So you see how that works. It recurs your rituals and your Machine Angel ritual spell card in the end phase, but also gives you a piercing-like effect, and also sends a card when your opponent's, when this is summoned. So it's a pretty decent one. It's not the most amazing, but it is pretty good, and the whole recursion at the end is nice. And the what I did like about it is the fact that it does piercing for all your monsters. So I do like that. 2 Ida 10. So Ida 10 is the one where you basically get 1000 attack and defense for each ritual monster on your side of the field when it is tributed. So it's a really good card. I really do like that one. But you only run 2. 3 clogs quite hard, and I don't really see any reason to run 3, so that's why 2 is Ida 10. Next up, the MVP of the deck, we have 3 Cyber Angel Ben 10. Obviously, Ben 10 is one of the best cards for this deck. Being able to just get a light fairy monster from your deck to your hand when it is tributed. It's not once per turn. So good. And it really just opens up so many plays for when you summon your Cyber Angels and also your Herald. Speaking of Herald, we have 3 Herald of Perfection. Of course we do. It is a Herald deck. It's my deck as well. So yeah, you play 3 Herald because that's simply what you want to do. You want to control a duel with Herald. You want to get it out as quickly as possible to make sure that your opponent can't do any shenanigans. And yeah, overall it is just really good. Next up, we have the 3 Manju of the 10,000 hands. Manju is just good because you're searching your rituals, you're searching your spell cards. Don't need to say too much about that. I'm sure you all know it. Next up, we have the Cyber Angel, sorry, not the Cyber Angel, we have the Star Seraph engine. We have the 3 Scepter, and we have the 3 Sovereignty. Obviously, I'm running these are just some of the best fairies for the deck, and just the best combinational fairies in the whole game currently right now, in my opinion, because they just provide so much power, they provide so much drawing, consistency, and not only that, so much destruction on your opponent's side of the field. So I really do like them. They'll never come out of this deck, in my opinion, because they're just so good. Unless something else comes out that's better, I don't see any reason why I would change them, to be honest. Then we have the 1 Christia. Christia is only here at 1 because it can be searched by the Ben 10s, and it just means that you don't clog up on any monsters that you can't summon, but it is still like one of the biggest game enders as well. Summoning a Christia with a Herald is like, okay, this is probably going to hurt your opponent, so that's why I run at 1 Christia. And then finally 1 Cyber Petite Angel. I'm just running 1 simply because it can get you out of a pinch at bad times. If you do need that extra summon, if you can't get that Manju, the extra piece to the puzzle. I'm not running Honest in this version, just because it was just one of those really annoying things. It didn't actually add all that much to the deck. Surprisingly, I know Honest doesn't add anything, but just to this version of the deck it didn't. So going into the spells, we have 3 Ritual Sanctuary. Obviously we're running into Ritual Sanctuary. It's one of the best cards, field spell cards in the game right now. And I know there's a lot of good ones like Union Hanger and such, but this one's just dumb. Being able to discard a spell card, search, and being able to shuffle spell cards into the deck to special summon a monster of equal level that you shuffle back in. So good. So that's why I like Ritual Sanctuary. To combo off with that, we have 2 Terraforming with the Ritual Sanctuaries. Again, kind of standard. Pre-preparation rites. Obviously you're going to see the pre-preparation rites because it is an absolutely amazing card. Yeah, being able to search out your Herald of Perfection is really good. One thing, I'm not running Saphira in this version, it just didn't add that much just before people say anything. And also you can't search out the Cyber Angels with the pre-preparation rites because the Cyber Angel ritual says you can ritual summon any Cyber Angel. It doesn't specifically state the text name on the card. So yeah, it is a shame, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? So yeah. Then we have the 3 Machine Cyber Angel ritual. Card is just really good, being able to protect yourself from any destruction type things. By just banishing this card, it protects all your line monsters on your side of the field. So if your opponent dark holes, you banish this, they stay. So it's really good. It also means that you can just save your fairies in hand for Herald of Perfection because it just means that you can load it up and your opponent will always forgets that ritual spell is in the graveyard. And then we have 3 Dawn of the Herald. It's Dawn of the Herald, you're playing 3 Herald, you play it. So yeah, that's fine. The 1 Soul Charge because you can build some nice pretty boards, maybe first turn for example. But yeah, it's just really good. Also just nice to bring a Christia out with this if you are in a bit of a pinch. The 1 Instant Fusion, you're running Norden, you're running Instant Fusion, it makes sense. The 1 Raigeki, the 1 Upstart Goblin, the 1 Metaphor Fusion, and then the 1 Pre-Preparation Rites. Did all these in a row. Probably could have done like the Instant Fusion there, so that's that. All these can be put back in the deck, apart from Fusion, because you're going to put it back in there anyway for a free draw. But it can all be put back in with the Ritual Sanctuary. And Ritual Sanctuary just allows you to profit off these because these are all good single cards that you want to see multiple times. So that's why they're good, that's why they're in here, and yeah, it works really well. So going into the extra deck, the rank 6s we have an M7, we have a Beatrice, and we have a Utopia Beyond. These are the main ones that I really run. You can run something like Photon Strike Bouncer, but it's alright. And Golem Launcher is not a bad one as well, depending on your situation, but yeah. So Utopia Beyond is good for kind of OTKing, Beatrice is nice for setting up the grave, and M7 is nice to get some extra negations in hand. So that's why I like them. The 3 level 4s are the Ouroboros, Masquerade, and Deltaros. Makes sense, it's just one of those things that you run them. Going first turn, if you really need to make a big push, you'll probably go for the Ouroboros. Anything else will be these guys, so yeah, things to note. The 1 Rebellion Dragon, you're running Rebellion Dragon just to make some big pushes, it makes sense. The Utopia cards, they are just, in general, really, really good. Don't need to say too much about them, to be honest. Everyone should know about S Lightning now. The 1 Giant Hand, this is just for a little bit of extra control and negation. You don't really see Giant Hands in a lot of deck profiles these days, but I don't mind it still, I think it's alright. The 1 Castel makes sense. The 1 Abyss Dweller, his partner in crime. The 1 Luminescent Knight, just in case any little person wants to play that breakthrough skill, I need to go into that to stop them like negating my Herald from grave. So that's why I'll always run that in a Herald deck, to be honest. The 1 Fairy Cheer Girl, just to get some extra draws, which is always nice. And then finally the 1 Elder Entity Norden, because I am running an Instant Fusion. So that is it, guys. That is the deck profile. Let me know down in the comment section below if you liked it, what you thought of the deck. How do you think Cyber Angels can do? Do you think Varash is a good card, this one right here? Or do you just think it's not really going to be used at all in the kind of competitive main decks? So as I said, let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure to give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later.